Hello, I am Brando Commando, and this is Coronacation Weekly.
Professionals, what just happened back there? You broke the brake drum? Percussionist, did you broke the brake drum? And wait, no, when I told you I wanted you to equal, I meant I wanted you to play the triangle, not doing whatever you're doing in the corner of the room right now. Like, save that for the toilet, man. Jeez.
Before we get to tonight's stories, we want to begin by focusing on the overwhelming response, the abundance of positive feedback we've been receiving here at Coronacation Weekly. You've spoken, and it's clear that you love everything that we do here. All of my efforts, what Sal does to undermine our work, Mara, and of course, again, me. So with that, we thought we'd highlight some of the impressive praise we've been receiving. Nevin Lamborghini writes, I 100% thought I saw a ghost. Another respondent comes in, this coming from Michelin Man, says, a lovely night to enjoy Bandoof Periwinkle as I eat Pop-Tarts and cream soda at Mod Night. I'm glad somebody got my name right. Jackson McLeod writes in with an enthusiastic statement. Quality edit. Sal do be looking fresh, dough. Yeah, you're right, Jackson. If one person steps it up in the office, it's definitely Sal. Even electronic supplies themselves are chiming in and lauding our work here. A random HDMI cable states simply, nice intro. Dearlight Kensky comes in, Hanson Connecticut, run for your lives. I want to point out, that's Mr. Hartford to you. And even such comments as, awesome content, bro. You deserve more subscribers, and you're so friendly. I want to be friends. This and more came pouring in response to the last few weeks of Coronacation Weekly. And so we appreciate it because this is not easy. What we do here at Coronacation Weekly is difficult and it's hard work. And so your praise goes a long way to just reminding me how great I am and how relatively appropriately, moderately okay Sal and Mara are. Thank you for the praise. Continue to applaud our work here at Coronacation Weekly. Now, to tonight's announcements. Now, for this evening's headlines. First up, missing assignments. Missing assignments have become an increasingly growing, a big problem right now during these difficult times. So, if you are uncertain as to which tasks are yet to be completed, all you need to do is go to the To-Do button, which can be found by selecting the small 3 horizontal lines on the top left of your Google Classroom screen. Sal, can we put up an image of what that looks like? So you should see it popping up on your screen right now. Just select that, click To Do, and you'll know what to finish. Next up, 8th graders. We're not able to do all the usual bribing, whining, and dining that we would of 8th grade students coming into the high school band program. So we're relying on you to help get the word out. If you have any leads, any idea as to where you can find potential middle school band students who can join us next year, send them our direction. Our next item, leadership materials. Reports are pouring in currently that we've been receiving an abundance of section leader, field technician, and drum major applications. If you've yet to turn those materials in, please do reach out. Let us, your band director, let him know that those are done, being completed. Finally, audition materials. Our crack agents are telling us that audition materials are all posted on Google Classroom as well as Smart Music. Those materials are to be completed by May 15th. It's a hard deadline, but if you have questions or need guidance on how to submit those materials, our sources tell us that you can reach out to your band director and that he can give you guidance on that. Can we get a picture, Sal, of the band director up just so our viewers know who to reach out to if they have any questions or concerns? Let's go ahead and put that up now. So there you can see, I believe, a stunning artist's rendering of the band director in question. So if you have any concerns about auditions, just reach out to that individual and he will likely get back to you in a timely fashion. And next, our special report. For tonight's special report, we bring you this special story that specializes especially in instrument care and safety. We know that right now, everybody wants to continue playing on their instrument, but we also know there are concerns about the safety and best care of instruments during these difficult and unprecedented times. So, with that in mind, I, your humble correspondent, have put together a special report on just that. We turn to one of our remote correspondents, Marge Hansen, out in the field to give us insight as to just how most safely can you safely continue to play, make music, and be creative during this pandemic. Marge, what do you have for us?
This is Ma Hansen, remote correspondent reporting live for Coronacation Weekly. I'd like to take this time to introduce one of the foremost experts in his field. He holds multiple PhDs from the FBI in musical epidemiology and an additional PhD from the IRS in instrument virology. Pa Hansen.
Thanks for having me on today, Jane. We're here to discuss the very important issue of keeping yourself safe when using your instrument and sanitary. We want to talk about a few steps in this process. The first step, which is obviously very important, is, as we've all been told, the use of hand sanitizer. An adequate amount on your hands. Rub thoroughly. Make sure and get your eyes, your nostrils, your ears, and your mouth, and your hair too. Never hurts to get your hair as well. The next step is to glove. The proper latex gloves are important. Once you've got the gloves properly fitted, then it's time for the wipes. You can use the wipes to properly clean your instrument. Make sure you get all the little crevices, especially around the mouthpiece. The viruses tend to accumulate there. The next step is probably the most critical, and that is to properly protect your instrument from outside sources of the virus. This still leaves your instrument somewhat exposed to bacterial salivacoccus. So it's very important to wear a mask. We here at Coronacation understand the importance of a mask, but we espouse a particular technique that we refer to as double masking. Now that you've got your mask, you've got your gloves, you've sanitized, it's important to remember that when it comes to your instrument, it's always good to play safe to stay safe. This is Pa Hansen reporting remotely for Coronacation Weekly. Back to you, B-Money.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. I know we all feel safer now. Lastly, let's move on to our Coronacation survival tip of the week. This week's Coronacation Weekly tip of the week is stay busy. We heard weeks ago from health correspondent Mara Hansen just how important it is to stay active and stay busy during these potentially sedentary times. And so with that, we've shared with you our advice, but you have shared with us as well. So we thought tonight we'd spread the inspiration around, if you will, and share with the whole world just what have you been doing to stay active, to stay healthy, and to stay safe during these difficult times. So let's turn things over to you. What are your ideas? All right, so we start here with a faithful fan. What better way to celebrate the Coronacation Weekly than to be watching episodes? Can't think of a better way to stay active. Oh my. And apparently somebody's idea of a good time is getting in car wrecks. Reading, I hear it's a good thing. Haven't tried it myself. Somebody tried to make a staircase. Hopefully they're still working on it. That's a fine looking viewer there. Get them started young. A little Star Wars model making combined with some video game in the background, clearly not as amazing as Oregon Trail. Oh, somebody's taking a jab at the tubas. The old get out in the nature and enjoy the wilderness approach. It's kind of like a tree fort, but with a heavy emphasis on the tree and minimizing the fort aspect. I like it. So does Mara. Somebody's taking the Coronacation safety guidelines to the extreme. There's face masking, and then there's eye masking as well. Although we do have to compliment the really sweet t-shirt this fellow viewer is enjoying. I've been cooking a lot. With blood? Howie Richards, oh my. I'm not certain that digital gang signs are really appropriate at this point in time. Now here we have a Coronacation viewer who's hard at work presenting the typical display of masculinity in his garage, sawing random pieces of wood for no apparent reason. Shortly after, he's going to take that sweet ride for a spin through the cul-de-sac. We greatly appreciate your efforts to censor the background scenery to make it appropriate for the family-friendly audience that we do enjoy here at Coronacation Weekly. Although it does beg the question about what other sorts of statues are in your backyard. James Zebra says, I'm going crazy, but I don't quite know how to put that into a picture. I think we can help you with that. Sal, what exactly would crazy look like? Here we have a viewer who's really at the top of his Coronacation game. You can see that he's enjoying a very healthy snack. They are peas after all. And then if you look closely, you can also tell that this fellow is really stepping up his binging game. Oh, another jab at the tuba players. Do you even lift, bro? That guy can bench 14 cats. I do worry about the beverage consumption, though, in the background. Hopefully we're keeping all of this age appropriate. The Great Wall of China. What better time than to be a tourist and visit far-off places, although there are some rumors China may not be the best place to go during this time. Zelch Potts writes, Dude, I beat the Oregon Trail. Dude, you're lying. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for welcoming us again into your home. For Coronacation Weekly, I'm B-Money, and this ain't funny. Jar Jar. It's my favorite.